Welcome back, everybody. Well, second period of play here coming up. Cedar Rapids and Sioux City tied up at 1 apiece as we head into the second period. Well, it was first period. Quite something. It was kind of all over the place, but I wouldn't want it any other way. So, what can I say? Today, if you haven't been able to tell, he's painted on their chests. Well, each one of them's got an individual letter. They've given life to this arena, that's for sure. No. All right, lights are on and we are ready to go for this second period. Here we go. Ruben will take the draw to open up this second period. Maybe. Or maybe we're going to delay puck drop once again, although now what? The referee and some dude at the scores table are talking. Okay, I guess we're ready to go. I don't know what they're freaking waiting for, but geez Louise. Hey, we're fine the whole time, please. Face-offs won by Westerling, and we're off and underway here in the second period. Who doesn't love hockey, first of all? Stanger picks it up in the corner. And a scramble for Martinew's there. Now it's Bailey. Sent back out towards center. Booten has this one. Booten off the boards, down into the corner. Hawk, Huff, and him battle. Bailey with it behind the net. Now Westerling takes it back the other way. Westerling pass on for Scuderi. At the blue line, Scuderi. Batted up Booten. Now Bailey. Scuderi knocks it in. Poirier. Take it back by Stanger. Flips it down. Into the hands of Hawk. Huff behind the net. Huff just kind of stays there. I don't know what he's waiting for. Nobody's changing. Or no, they have to get into that line of 5 they have that Sioux City's been able to defend nicely here tonight. So they're not even good at that. This should go for icing, and it does. It's like at least it goes something like that. I know that. Face off will come to the left. Victor. Face off's won. There's Fenton with it. Fenton sends it off down there into the corner. Poirier with it behind the net. Poirier. There now for Grant Young. Young. I love it. Here's Davis with it in the corner. Grant Young tipped there in front. Stopped there by Fickthorn. Picked up there. Here's Martineau with it towards center. Martineau on over there for Dakota Bailey. Bailey shot saved by Cameron. Now picked up there by Musa. Musa towards center. Oh, a big hit applied on Olsen. Wasn't very cool, I'll tell you that much. Here's Musa with it. Musa down there. Romeo shot. Did Fickthorn get that? I don't know. You did freaking something. I know that. It didn't go in, so as long as it doesn't go in, then there you go. Here's Schultz with it behind the net there with Jeffress. Schultz whacked out in front. Tomko misses that one. Now it's Derek Olsen. Shot got blocked, I think, by Jeffress. Oh, well, here's Tom for Jeffress. In the circle, Jeffress on Tomko. Shot went wide. Picked up there by Schultz. Schultz back behind the net. He gets tripped up, and that's a penalty! Hawk Huff! Stupid prizes. 2-minute box. Tripping is the call. Yeah. Maybe look to make sure no one's watching next time. Face-off will come to the left of Cameron now. Schultz, Gavin Gary, Luke Gary, Shane Gold, and William Topka at the face-off. And of course, Cedar Rapids screws up the face-off, so Westerling gets kicked out. Stephen Miller's down there instead. Face-off's won. Here's Gold with it. Gold out the blue line. Gold. Slap shot. Luke Gary got blocked. Now it's Gavin Gary back for Luke Gary in the circle. Out there for Shane Gold at the blue line. Gold in the circle. Down deep, Gavin Gary in front in the slot. Schultz is there. He got one from there last night. Puck's loose down there. Schultz now on Topko. Topko shot up high. Rolls all the way down ice. That was close. Power. 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 Here's Luke Gary with it towards center. Gary feeds it on for Tomko. Back to Gavin. Intercepted there by Davis, and he sends it down ice. Minute 15 left to go here on the power play for Sioux City. Just a little over 3 minutes into this one. Here's Gold with it at center. Gold tied up. Schultz gets it back for Tomko. Here comes Tomko. Feeds it on over to Schultz in the circle. It's behind the net. Well, he tried to roll behind the net. Schultz back there for Gold at the blue line. Gold on over there for Tomko. Now to Luke Gary. Luke Gary back William Tomko. There is Shane Gold. Gold down there for Luke. There to Tomko. Back to Gold. Gold on Luke Gary. Slap shot. Scores! Luke Gary! Power play goal! Once again! 2-1. Both their goals coming on the power play. Luke Gary missed a wide open one on the last power play for Sioux City. He redeemed himself and in a big way. Luke Gary. That's his 19th goal on the season. Power play goal, time of the goal, 3:43. We'll take it. Face-off's won. Here's Fenton with it. Fenton sent towards center. Back behind the net there for Jack Fickthorn. Here's Gavin Carr with it. Carr sent towards center there for Joseph Fenton. Fenton popped up into the air. Anderson tipped there by Gavin Carr. Here's Dyer. Feeds it on Christian Lyons up the right side. Lyons stopped by Cameron. Woo! Here's Fox. Here it is in the circle. Back Bosco. Shot got blocked. Now it's Hawk Huff again down there in the circle towards the blue line. Hawk. There's a shot went wide. That one from Cornielli. Aiden Dyer pins up a guy against the boards. There for Anderson. There's Romeo with it. Cornielli shot save. Fickthorn rebound loose in the crease. And it somehow got in. Boy, oh boy. It's Cornielli. And it's tied up. Boy, puck bounced all over the place until it finally hit the stick of Cornielli. It looked like it was through the legs of somebody from Sioux City, Christian Lyons. Mason Stanger, whoever it was. Well, it didn't go through the legs. He just couldn't get there in time to block it. And boy, that would have been a save. That's for what been a great save, that's for sure. So for Cornielli, that's only his 4th goal on the year, so they call that luck this time in the year. Here's Lechner with it at center. Lechner up the left side. Lechner picked up there for Luke Gary. Fenton, now Lechner, shot went wide. Gavin Gary with it in the hands of D'Alessandro. There's D'Alessandro up the left side. He's in, down there in the corner. Fenton knocks him up against the boards. Well, maybe I shouldn't say it like that, but now it's in a scramble for. Puck's all jammed up. You blow the whistle, at least you're supposed to. Oh! And Gavin got knocked over by Minor! And now Luke Gary pins him up against Smart. Shot saving Cameron. Wrap around. Oh, here's Cameron. Out there, D'Alessandro. Shot went wide. My goodness. It's Luke again. Out there for Derek Olsen at the blue line. Olsen spins around a guy at center. Gavin Gary tied up with Sullivan Miller. Luke Gary at the point, sends it towards the net, and Cameron covers it up. Whoa, a takedown! Oh, Leary took down Fenton, and now they're just wrestling each other. Fight, 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 please. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. I think Sioux City's getting a penalty, which over my dead body if they do. We'll be back.
Accidentally kissed. Quick, do something manly.
Welcome back, everybody. Here's Shane Golden. A shot save, made Cameron rebound. Schultz scores! Is it going to Schultz or Jeffress? I don't care! Sioux City retakes the lead! I think it is gonna be Ashton Schultz. Schultz picks it up. I don't know, did Jeffress even touch it? Let's see. Nice stop by Cameron. Gets out to Schultz, he takes the shot. Yeah, I don't think Jeffress ever touched it. It went off of Hockhuff and in. And that's gonna be Schultz's second goal as a Musketeer. Whoa, what a game. Boy, we're not even halfway through this game, and it's already one of the best all year. Here's Schultz up the left side. Here's Schultz, can he get a second? Pass across, deflected and intercepted by Davis. Here he comes rolling up the right side. Davis on Musa, pass across, got blocked. Now it's Gold with it, Gold. Set off the boards. Here's Olsen out in front. Jeffress shot, save made by Cameron. Take it back, Gold with it, Gold. Musa with it, Musa. And a nice block. Now Tomko takes it. Out towards center, Jeffress is there. Ooh, Charlton, a big hit on Gold. And a penalty will be coming up. Oh! Everybody's going after each other. There's a big old pileup. Charlton, you big prick. Charlton, I think, was getting a penalty on that, which he should. There's going to be more after, I'm sure. So Charlton is going to go to the box. They better not be calling anything on Sioux City, or else I swear to God I'll lose my mind. So Charlton goes to the box. I think Sioux City's going to have a power play here, which is good. Get another. Boarding the call.
Yep, boring on that. Look at the record down here.
Now, what a punk move on a star guy like Shane Gold. He can't believe it, but who cares what he can or can't believe. Face-off will come to the left of Cameron. Westerling will take the draw with Schultz. Face-off's won. Puck sent down into the corner. Hawk Huff around the boards and all the way down ice. Power play. Yeah. Gold sends it back behind there for Luke Gary. Luke Gary spins around a guy. He got hooked and hooked and hooked. Nobody's going to call it. Here's Tomko. Back for Shane Gold. Gold on over there for Tomko. Tomko down. Schultz, boy. That was close. Here's Luke Gary with it. Gary picked up there by Cornielli. Cornielli, puck's in a scramble for down there in the corner. Cornielli on out, Gavin Gary. There's Tomko, shot saved by Cameron. And Hawkoff clears. So here's Thickthorn. Plays it all the way out towards center. Nice puck handling there by Thickthorn. Here's Davis with it. Davis gets a hit on Vatne. Now it's Stanger, who will pick it up behind the net. Stanger at center. Feeds it back Tomko. Or O'Leary, rather, I should say. O'Leary up the left side. Kyle O'Leary in. Stop by Cameron.
Fans, good like Gold stock for another Central Bank home gold t-shirts off. If you're in section 113, stand up and make some noise. Some t-shirts from Central Bank home gold are heading your way. And we have our first C, and it's number 3 for our Chicago 5.
Can we get 5 tonight? 5 today, I should say. Well, we'll be going into the evening here sooner rather than later. Face-off will come to the left of Cameron. Taking the draw, Jackson Fox, along with Pavel Martinu, I believe, or Max Anderson, yes. Now let's drop the puck. There we go. Here's O'Leary with it. Gets it behind the net. There's Mason Miner with it. Miner. Set down ice. Thickthorn plays it around the boards there for Vatne. 26 seconds left to go on Musketeers power play. Here's Stanger with it towards center. Stanger on over across to Anderson. Picked up there Kyle O'Leary. O'Leary now Vatne feeds it on over Anderson to Vatne. Pass across, cannot make a connection there with O'Leary. Now it's Jeffress back behind the net there for O'Leary in the corner. O'Leary to Jeffress. Jeffress tipped. Oh boy. On angle shot, then got deflected. Boy, it rolls off the boards. It's cleared. Now taken by Charlton out of the box. Feeds it on over. Intercepted there by Kyle O'Leary. Here's O'Leary with it. Feeds it off the boards towards center. Now Vatne. Miner fires it down into the corner. Stanger, long toss. Max Anderson couldn't handle it. Cornielli with it. Jeffress sends it back into the hands here of Ryan Cameron. Now it's Piercy with it behind the net. Piercy on over there for Davis. Davis at the blue line. It's hacked and whacked, of course. Here's Davis with it. Rolls into the corner. No icing called. D'Alessandro with it. He gets hit behind the net. Thickthorn is there. Halfway through the second period. Here's Martinu with it towards center. Martinu crossing the blue line. Martinu sends it on back into the hands of Davis. Picked up there to Neil Booten. Bailey tried to get it through the legs of Davis, and he did. Martinu slipped and fell with the puck. And now Booten and Cornielli in a foot race with it. It's Daniil Booten at the blue line. Booten feeds it on over to Bailey at the blue line. Bailey down there. Martinu sends it out. Poirier at the blue line. Poirier shot went wide. Cornielli with it in the corner, and Bailey lays a hit on him. That's Piercy in the corner, battling with Martinu. Picked up there by Booten at center. Booten, nice little toss to Dakota Bailey. Into the hands of Poirier. Poirier towards the net, covered up there by Cameron with 9:14 left to go in the second. We'll take a break. Uh-oh, we got extras. Once again afterwards. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. 9:14 left to go in the second period. Sioux City with a 3-2 lead. Face-off will come to the right of Cameron. Jackson Fox will take the draw with Aiden Dyer. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Face-off's won, although they have a hard time getting it out of the circle. Naturally, Lions there for Vatne. Vatne shot hit the post, more so the side of the net, but Cameron had it covered up though quite nicely. So here's Anderson with it, but get it towards the net. Maybe something will squeak through. Lions tipped there by Vatne behind the net. Jackson Fox is there. Here's Fox. Oh, Anderson pushes aside Fox out towards the blue line. That's Christian Lyons. Shot one up high and out of play. Got a little deflection. Face-off will come to the right here of Cameron. Sullivan Miller will take the draw with Gavin Gary. Face-off's won. Here's Luke Gary with it. Luke Gary down there in the corner. Here's a shot went wide. Picked up there by Hawk Huff down there in the corner. Puck sent out towards center. Luke Gary picks it on over there. O'Leary at center. At the blue line. O'Leary trying to squeak by a guy. Now Cornielli with it there towards center. Picked up there Lechner. Lechner. Here's Sullivan Miller with it in the corner. Sullivan Miller back for Hawk Huff. Huff feeds it on over across Cornielli. Back for Hawk Huff. Down there Miller. In the circle, taken there by Graff. A shot went wide. Picked up there by Gavin Carr behind the net. Carr sends it around the boards. 8 minutes left to go in the second. Here's Hawk Huff shot. Kind of got blocked, and now it's sent down ice. Luke Gary picks it up, sends it back around the boards there for Cornielli. Schultz with it, picked up by Gold. Gold batted down there by Huff. Huff behind the net there. Cornielli. Oh, a nice hit. Schultz on him. Now it's Jeffress with it. Jeffress in the circle. Sends it back behind the net there for Tomko. Tomko in the corner. Sends it out towards the blue line. Tomko there for Shane Gold. Here's Gold at the blue line. Gold pushed aside Graff. Now Tomko picks it up in the corner. Tomko sends it out towards the blue line. Tomko shot. Ooh, just went wide. Cameron was standing up. Better be careful about that. Here's Schultz with it. And a scramble for Schultz in the circle. Gets tripped up. Nothing called. Well, they call that offside. I mean, jeez. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something going on in front of the Cedar Rapids bench. Tomko and now Schultz joins the fray. Got 4 guys from Cedar Rapids and 2 guys from Sioux City going after each other. Boy, there's a lot of pushing and shoving going on down there. Boy, they're still going down there. Holy smokes. Normally it'd be split up by now, but no, the refs can't even do that. 4 of them, and they can't even split up a whole bunch. Whole bunch of guys. Holy hell. Whoa! 6:53 left to go here in this second period. Uh-oh. Looks like we'll have a pair of penalties. Ashton Schultz and Cornielli will go to the box. Thomas Cornielli. So we'll have 4-on-4 here. 13:07 times of the penalties. Face-off will come in front of the Musketeers bench. Fox will take the draw here with, I believe it'll be Kyle O'Leary when it's all said and done. Yep. Face-off's won. Here's Olsen with, so they drop the puck for 2 seconds and then blow the whistle. What is the point of that? That's what I want to know. Oh my goodness, did we get another one? Again? Bro, that's the linesman's fault. That's the linesman's fault. That's not his.
I get the lineman going to go.
Jesus, so we'll have 4-on-3. Good God in heaven. That's all I'm going to say. Here's Huff with that. Huff in the circle. Huff. Down there. Somebody. Huff a shot. Save made Fickthorn. Rebound picked up there by Aiden Dyer. And he'll send it all the way down ice. Here's Huff with it. Huff sends it on over there for Connor Davis. Davis. Or that wasn't Davis, but instead Justin Graff. Either way. Davis with it. Out towards the blue line. Davis sends it on over there now for Grant Young. Young picked up there by Graff. Graff there for Hawk Huff. Slap shot. Young saved by Fickthorn. Huff keeps it in, though, at the blue line. We'll skate for... and there's a clear. There we go. Nicely done. Oh, boy, Cameron thinks he's Mr. Puck Handler. Comes all the way out of his net. Oh. Here's Graff with it in the corner. Graff sends it out for Mason Miner. Miner sends it on over Scuderi. Down there, Miner. Here's Graff. Shot save made by Fickthorn. Rebound. Puck is loose. Oh, a nice little block. Miner. Pass across. Off the skate of Stenger. Here we go. Short-handed back the other way. 2-on-1. Stenger. Shot. Hit the side of the goal. Woo, that was close. There's Dyer with it. Dyer. 5 minutes left to go here in the second. Here's Miner with it. Miner out toward center. Well, we're all back at 5-5, and Fickthorn makes a big stop.
Fans are a couple more winners for our Scoops Ice Cream winners.
Boy, Sioux City, 12 shots on goal this period compared to 5 for Cedar Rapids. Face off to the left of Fickthorn. Yes. In case you're not counting, shots total now are 24-11 in favor of Sioux City. Fox will take the draw with Tomko. 3-2 though. Sioux City still has a lead. So there's that. Face-offs 1. Here's Piercy with it. Sends it on over Cornielli in the circle. Shot. He scores. And he ties it right back up. And that'll be Musa. .15:21 time of the goal, and for Musa, it's only his second, or wait, no, sorry. It's 13th, okay. He had a couple more than I thought. Miss a pizza, nothing on my feet. Well, Sioux City, I will say, every time Cedar Rapids has scored, they've always had an answer, so that spells bad news for Cedar Rapids. Here's Bailey with it. Out there for Cornielli in a scramble for it. Here's Booten with it. Bailey. Here's Martineau with it. Martineau at the blue line. Picked up there. Bailey trying to bat it in. It's Davis. Picked up at center. Here's Davis with it up the right side. Davis, nice moves. Davis poked away by Gold. Now it's Fenton with it down there in the corner. Ooh, he takes a massive hit from Martineau. It's cleared down ice. Who cares? Pass across, tipped back behind the net by Fickthorn. Here's Martineau with it. Martineau sent out there for Piercy at the blue line. Piercy sends it on over to Hawk Huff. Huff, one-time shot went wide. That one from Connor Davis. Puck sent up the left side, tipped there by Anderson. Can he get to it? He does. A shot just went wide. Here's Piercy with it. Piercy sent off the boards, mishandled there by Davis at center. Dyer, now Chorlton clears it back in. Stenger in the corner. Stenger behind the net. Picked up there. Poirier sent off the boards and all the way down ice. Here's Aiden Dyer with it. Dyer in the circle. Dyer, pass across to Stenger in the circle. Shot deflected wide back behind the net. 2:53 left to go here in this second. We're tied up at 3. Dyer keeps it in for Votney. Votney between the legs pass. Well, it wasn't really a pass, but here's Miller back the other way. Miller, pass batted down. Here's Lechner with it in the corner. Lechner sent out towards the blue line. Here's Fenton with it. Fenton down there in the corner. Fenton on back to Miller. Down there, one-time shot. Lechner fanned on it. Puck rolls back behind the net. Here's Lechner with it. Oh, right through the legs of Cornielli and down ice. Cameron handles it, gives it on over Cornielli. There for Fenton. Fenton out towards center. Fenton at center. Puck sent off the boards down into the corner. O'Leary with it. And a scramble for picked up there. Cooper Simon. Simon. Puck's in the corner. Batted up in the air by Luke Gary. Behind the net, taken there by Nick Romeo. Romeo with it. Sends it out there to Hawk Huff. Huff, a shot deflected wide. Picked up there, Cooper Simon. Simon in the circle. Here's Romeo. Shot stopped there by Fickthorn. Puck rolls into the corner. Piercy feeds it on over to Hawk Huff. Huff on over to Piercy. Sent down into the corner. There for Scuderi. Scuderi in the corner. There's Gold with it. Gold. And a scramble for down there. Picked up there, D'Alessandro. D'Alessandro in the circle, out there for Luke Gary through the legs. Hawk Huff sent there, Scuderi with it, off the skate of O'Leary. Taken there by Fenton. Fenton now to Gavin Gary, pass across in front, Scuderi, boy. On-angled shot there by Cooper Simon. Missed that one. Here's 1 minute left to go. Puck sent across, a shot saved by Fickthorn. Picked up there by O'Leary. O'Leary in the corner. There now is Luke Gary with it. Luke Gary spins around a guy. Here's Shane Gold with it. Gold off the glass. Picked up there by Gavin Gary. Puck's in a scramble for. Now it's sent down into the corner. D'Alessandro's there. Picked up there. Jason Musa with it. Musa taking there. Fox, a shot over the head of Fickthorn back behind the net. 25 seconds left to go. Puck will be sent around the boards. Out there, Hawk Huff is there. Down to 16. Here's D'Alessandro with it. Fires it around the boards. Westerling out towards center. Uh-oh, we got a foot race for it. Picked up there by Hawk Huff. Here's Huff. Boy, Luke Gary kind of went flying into the boards. Off the glass, it's Jack Fox. That'll roll all the way down ice, and that'll do it for 2 periods of play. Boy, we are tied up at 3. It is close here at the Tyson. That is for sure. Well, let's recap that second period. 2 minutes and 20 seconds in. Hawk Huff went in for Trippett. 43. Luke Gary scored from Shane Gold and William Tomko. That made it a 2-1 game. And then Cedar Rapids Cornielli from Nathan Chorlton and Nick Romeo. That tied it up at 2. 6:25. Sioux City retook the lead. That was Ashton Schultz from Shane Gold and William Tomko. That made it a 3-2 game. Then at 7:12. Let's see here. Nathan Chorlton went in for boarding. Then at 13:07, we had 3 penalties. Roughing Ashton Schultz and Thomas Cornielli, and then Kyle O'Leary for delay of game. So yeah, made it a tie game at 3. It's interesting going into this third period. It's going to be so. Scores from across the league. Muskegon leads Youngstown 3-1. They're just about ready to start the third period. Chicago leads Tri-City 2-1 at the end of 2, and right now tied up at 1. Fargo is at Sioux Falls. That'll be, we'll call it at the end of the first right now. We'll do, as you know, the NBA All-Star Game is today, and boy, it's about as confusing as a format as you. Won't worry about that. Men's college hoops going on. 71-51. Illinois beat Indiana. Right now, 9:34 left to go in the fourth quarter. Michigan leads Michigan State 67-52. Oklahoma leads Alabama 64-62 with 6:56 left to go in the fourth. Coming up in about 20 minutes, Florida State's at Louisville. Then at 8, West Virginia at TCU, as well as Oregon at Washington. Georgia beat Vanderbilt 76. Duke beat North Carolina 72-68. Maryland beat Ohio State 76-75. Baylor beat UCF 93-63. Kentucky beat Ole Miss 74-57. UCLA beat Indiana 92-48. And Texas beat Tennessee 65-63. Olympic events, let's do it. Well, a final in overtime. Switzerland beat Czechia 4-3. Canada beat France 10-2. Denmark beat Latvia 4-2. And then the U.S. leads Germany 5-1 with 2:57 left to go in the third period. We have some medals to hand out. The women's alpine skiing giant slalom final. Italy took home the gold while Norway and Sweden tied with the silver. Then the biathlon, the men's 12.5 kilometer pursuit final. Sweden took home the gold, Norway with the silver, France with bronze. Then the women's 10 kilometer pursuit. Italy took home gold, Norway silver, and Finland with the bronze. Then freestyle skiing, the men's dual moguls. Canada took home the gold, Japan with silver, and Australia with the bronze. Then the skeleton mixed team final. Great Britain stole the gold, while Germany got silver and bronze. Ski jumping, the women's individual large hill final. Norway took home both the gold and the silver, so good for them, I guess we could say. Then Slovakia took home the bronze. Slovakia or Slovenia, one of the two. Great Britain took home gold, Italy took home silver, and France took home bronze in the mixed snowboard cross-team snowboard final. Then in speed skating, the women's 500-meter final, Netherlands took home gold and silver, while Japan took home third. Well, back here in the arena, we are tied up at 3 apiece as we head into the third period. It's going to be a thrilling finish, I have a feeling. So stay tuned. We'll be back in about 13 minutes towards the end of the hour, so we'll see you then.